Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. It is time for today's hug. Out of 100 Hugs by Riddell. And we are going to be coloring this one today, which is two lovely, lovely forest goddesses, so to speak. I think that's what I'm going to call them. And it has a quote with it which says, "If I had a flower every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever," by Alfred Lord Tennyson. So we are going to be using the Indra colored pencils. So we're going to start with the skin tones. Just gotta grab a nice pastel-y kind of color here. Now the Indra doesn't have, let's speak some English here, Renee. Um, the Indra doesn't have a lot of different skin tones, so we're going to have to adapt a little. So I'm just trying to find a good dark starting point. And of course we're going to have to sharpen our pencils. Alright, so let's start. I'm going to do one of these as spring and one of them as fall. So I think this one in the front will do as fall, and the one in the back here will do as spring. So I've just got a medium brown color with a little touch of red in it. And we're just going to do the edges of her face here and her ear area there. Basically just putting in a little bit of a shadow on the edge of her face, under her lip, around her nose, eyelids, that sort of thing. I'm just going to try to get in as much of the skin tone as we can get in. There we go. And I think the rest of it is all gown. Now we're going to take this one, which is a little bit of a medium peachy tone. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. And my hand's not in your way. And I'm just going to come off of that brown, drag it down a little bit. And use this for the next dark shadow area. So I hope you enjoyed the Tips and Tricks Tuesday video showing how I color ghosts. Alright, so just bringing that in to her face a little here, because this side of her face is all shadowed. And then the same with her arm. We're going to bring that into this area here where those shadows would be. And there's still a little bit of pastel in the air. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Alright, now we're going to go in with this one here. The one thing I don't like about the Indra is they have no names or numbers on them, so I can't really tell you what color I'm using, except for, basically the color that it looks like. So this is a light peachy pink tone. just going into that darker tone with it and extending that out into the lighter areas. Trying not to press too hard because of the type of paper that's in this book. Don't want to rip it. I was looking on Amazon yesterday and just cruising around and looking for things that I might like, and I've got to redo my wish list for my husband for Christmas. And I noticed that Chris has all sorts of books, and a friend of mine who just had a birthday sent me one that she's been working in on her channel, and it's just adorable. So I may start coloring in that one after I'm done this one. Maybe. Each hug in this book is small enough and different enough that I'm not getting horribly bored by them. So I should be able to finish this book. However, sometimes when they're not constructed, when the I guess I'm trying to think of the right words, and words are hard. Just going back in with that peach tone a little bit. Yes, I used my finger because I wanted to blend it a little bit. Alright, now we're going to take a little bit of red for her lips. Sharpen it, of course, because, why would I sharpen these things before I came on? That would be silly. Now this is a bit of an orangey red tone. Get her lips all rosy. There we go. Now we're just going to take a little bit of this one, which is a little bit darker, and just do a little bit on the edges of her lips there. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Alright, now for her hair or branches, we're going to take our medium brown color here. Now I can't remember which one I said was going to be which. I think I'm going to do her spring in the back there. And then this one here we're going to do fall. Since it's fall now, so might as well do her the most prominent. So just the same as hair, I'm just doing the little branches coming off of her area here, and little bits of brown flicking motions. Trying to fill that in. Then we're going to take our darker brown and do the same thing at the very, very edge here in those shadow areas. Trying to make sure I don't get into the leaves and the flowers. Okay. And then we're going to just take a little bit of this light brown just going to fill that in, give it a highlight. There we go. Now we're going to take some light green and we're going to do the leaves, and then we're going to add a couple of little bits of flowers. Hopefully you guys can see okay. I'll go through and I'll add some dark green for contrast and whatnot as well. Alright. Now we're going to add some dark green. Such small areas. But I want to make sure that it has the right amount of I don't know why I'm trying to color this as realistically as possible. It's not a very realistic picture, is it? Now we're going to take some pink. And we're going to do these little round areas here. Okay, and there's a couple of green areas that I missed. And then we're going to take a little bit of that red that we used on her lips. And we're just going to go into the pinks just a touch with it. Like so. Now we're going to come down her back a little bit here. So I'm going to grab that brown again. Just going to put some branches in here. Maybe a couple more up here. Discerning what's what. And then we're going to take some green. some of those spots open for berries and whatnot. I might come through with some gel pen and put different little berries and flowers, sparkly flowers in her hair. Well, in her, yeah, in her hair, because I'm not going to say that. Yeah. We're just going to call it her hair. And then we're going to take some dark green and put some contrast in there. So I hope everybody is having a really good Tuesday. It is the Hallow season, and of course we are celebrating hashtag celebrates Win, which is the celebration of fall into winter, celebration of harvests. Of course, it is also known as Halloween, the Day of the Dead, all different names for it, depending upon your choice of celebrations, whether it be a Celtic celebration, Christian celebration. It all depends upon the type of celebration you choose. Like I said, there's just pretty much, anything that you want to call it. There's all sorts of celebrations going on this month, and they're all celebrating the movement of fall into winter. And what that usually entails is a darkening of the skies because the sun is going down sooner, the lengthening of the night, as well as harvest, the cold of winter, all those things are coming into play for the season, the end of the seasons. Okay, so now we're going to go into her bark areas of her dress. Just going into there. I think the bottom areas here are going to be I guess I could have done it in greens and done the other dress in browns, but that's okay. In my head, I'm going, okay, that's the top of the tree, this is the bottom of the tree, so that's going to be the bark type stuff. but the lines of the dress are telling me otherwise. Because these all look like leaves. So I'll just put little leaves all the way down it as well. Just putting in the bark areas. How's that? And I'm going to take this and go through here. Make sure that I get her skin tone in there, because it looks like her gown may be a little bit see-through in the arms. So just getting a little bit of that in there. Alright, now we're going to take our darker green and we're just going to fill in this area here. We're going to make this a little bit of leaf and a little bit of bark all at the same time. There we go. And then the same with up here. Take a little bit of that green, some of the darker green, and we're going to take a lighter brown as well. Go down the shoulder area where it looks like bark, and then down into the back where it starts to feather out into leaves and leaf areas, leaf looking areas. Hopefully I'm not completely covering the picture. I have a feeling I am. So I'm just going through and I'm just randomly putting through, well, not even randomly, I'm just following the lines that look like a bark line, like look like tree branches, possible tree colors. Then we're going to take our dark green, go in to the areas that look like leaves. Down into this area. Just going into the deeper areas of the leafiness here at the bottom, where it looks like little vines. And then we're going to come in with this lighter green. We're just going to extend that into the lighter brown. Just basically blending all those elements together. The green, the dark brown, and the light brown. Making it look like a plant. And I'll come back through when I go through with the gel pen and see if I need to put any flowers or anything on her dress, but I don't think I do. Just gonna come through here. Now I'm going to sharpen up that light brown and just finish it off. I'm just darkening up that light brown a little bit all the way down the gown. Making sure that everything is covered and blended together. Same with up here. And down here. And there we have one of them. Oh, I missed a part here on her back. All finished up there. Just going to take a little bit more of this dark brown and go into those little shadowy areas there. Make sure that we get all those shadows. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing for the other lovely lady here. We're going to start with her face. And I'm using the wrong one. So we're going to start with a little bit of brown around the edge. Assume that's her neck. Then we're going to take the darker peach color. We're going to blend that in. I really like the end dress. I just haven't had a chance to use them a whole lot. I had them put away in a box because I ran out of places to put pencils, and I had to remember to secure their number tags because I did number them myself, but the number tags were peeling off, so I had to fix them. And I did that last night because I wanted to use them today. And that's how it happens with me is I put things away thinking I really got to do this and I really got to do that, and then I forget. Or I get busy with something else, and suddenly everything I want to do or I should do is out of sight, out of mind, and I forget to do it. I gotta do her eyebrows as well. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with her arm and her fingers over here. Now I'm assuming, well, I can't tell. Can't tell what is what here. On the back, because I'm assuming that this one's other hand is here somewhere, but I can't see it. And I'm going to color it, and I'm going to find it and go, oops, because I would have colored it the wrong color. Alright, now we're going to take the peachy tone, extend out that shadow, do this one in the back here. And then we're going to take our pink. Just filling that in best I can there. Same with here. Just filling it in, blending it. There we go. And I need my brush. Alright, now for her, we're going to do her a lot of fall colors. So let's start with her branchy branches. And we're going to use a different reddish brown. So this is a different color than the other ones' branches. And we're going to do a lot more reds and yellows and that sort of thing in her hair. Now because we're doing her fall, I'm not too concerned on doing more than necessary with the brown, because, or more than I should with the brown, because the brown color is going to be in the leaves anyway. So because it's fall. She's in autumn. She is autumn and the other one is spring. Alright. I think I've got all of the branchy type movements here. And then we're going to take a little bit of orange, sharpen it a bit. Sorry about that. camera. Just adding some orange in just wherever. Then I'm going to add some reds, and then I'm going to add some yellows. Now I could go through this little tiny detail by little tiny detail, but unfortunately that would drive me crazy. So we're going to do it the easy way, and that's just going through and making sure that each area has a little bit of the color that you want it to have. And then blending it all together to make one cohesive part of the picture. Yeah, I'm just all over the board, aren't I? Going from light to dark, from dark to light, and light to dark. I don't have a preference really. It all depends upon what the picture dictates. If I want that light to brighten up the dark, or if I want that dark to darken the light. In this instance, I want the light to brighten the dark, which a light yellow is going to do with this red and orange. Sometimes I want to darken the light, so going from light to dark is preferable. Then we're going to take our yellow, I of course have to sharpen it, and we're going to fill it all in and brighten up that color. Like so. The great thing about it is, even if you get a little bit on the other part of the picture, the other hair, it's not going to do anything. All it's going to do is enhance that green, bring out the yellows in the green. Where here, it's bringing out the yellow in the orange, as well as adding a little bit of yellow to that red orange, making it a little bit of a deeper orange color. have that part. Now we're going to do the same thing with her dress as we did with the other one. We're going to start up here and put in some darker tones for the shadows. But instead of going with greens, we're going to go with reds, browns, and yellows, oranges, that kind of colors. Just going in to the deeper areas with the brown. Just try to make sure that I get all those shadow areas with the deeper color. Hopefully I'm still on screen. This one has a lot more dress. Like it didn't take me that long to do the other dress. Alright. Okay, and then we're going to go in with our orange. Cover up some of these leaf-like looking areas. Now, okay. Sorry if I keep on going quiet. I'm just concentrating on the where things are and where things are supposed to be. Where things are that I want them to be. You know, it's not even where things are supposed to be. It's where I want them to be. Pretty much at this point. And, you know, in any of your colorings, you know, you are the master of your pencil or your pen or your paintbrush. You are the master of your art. And it's pretty much wherever you want it to be. All right. some of that red. Go into those deeper areas with it. Extending out a little bit from that brown. Deepening up that orange just a little bit. In those under areas. Making sure I get into all those shadows. With a little bit of the deeper tones before I go over it with the yellow. I have no idea what that noise was. Kind of made me jump a little. I think it was one of the critters. Every once in a while they make weird little noises. And when the house is quiet like it is right now, I don't expect it, and my brain says, "Ooh, what is that?" and jumps. It's the really big noises that really make me jump. It's just because I'm not expecting them and then they startle me. Oh, I forgot her sleeve. And up here in her shoulder area. Alright. Now we're going to go through and we're going to add that yellow and brighten everything up. Yeah, I think that is this one over here needs to be green. I think that's the other girl's arm. Because what's a hug if it's not wrapped completely around you? The interest seemed to be working quite nicely on this paper. I'm a little bit concerned about ripping the page whenever I start coloring with a different set of pencils because, the pages are really thin. But the interest seemed to be doing okay on them. Laying down a good amount of color, not lifting up too much of the black from the ink. And filling in the white spot quite well. Blending beautifully as usual. It's one thing I like about the Indras is they do blend really nicely together. Don't need a blender stick too much with these. Unless you're using them on really toothy paper, and then it could be a problem. But now I'm just going to take a little bit of the brown and just extend that out a little bit into that yellow, because the yellow is a little bit starker than I wanted it to be, but it's still a good yellow. I want it to look like fall, not like fire. So I'm just dampening it down a little bit with the brown. There's a lot of browns in fall. Browns, reds, oranges, yellows, all sorts of wonderful colors for fall. I hope that the Indra people, when I sent them the email and the feedback about their pencils, take it into consideration, because these are wonderful pencils. The only thing that my biggest pet peeve with them is that they don't have color names or numbers. And of course, everybody's going to rearrange them their own way that best suits them. So, it's hard to say, okay, I'm going to do a color along with the Indra pencils, because nobody knows what color you're using, because everybody sorts their colors their own way. And, without the company itself putting the information on the pencils and making it uniform across everybody, of no matter how they rearrange and sort, of saying, okay, this is number 4 or this is number 48, or so forth. Otherwise, everybody's got to sort them the exact same way, and nobody's going to do that. Nobody sorts things the exact same way as somebody else. They may have them close, they may have them, pretty close, but things aren't going to get exactly the same way right across the board. It just doesn't happen. Oh, and I completely missed her sleeve again. Her sleeve is too yellow. Just dampening that down with some brown. There we go. That's better. And we're going to take the light brown and dampen it just a little bit more, but adding that lighter tone to it. Like that. Then we're going to do the same thing with her hair. Just dampening down that yellow a little bit so it's not so sunshine yellow. So it's more of a fall yellow. Alright. Now we're going to take a dark brown. I think this is brown. No, that's more of a red, purple color. So we're going to actually go gray, I think. Maybe. Let's see what color is that. No, that's the color I wanted originally. Okay, so we've got a dark brown here. We're just going to do some shadowy areas on the ground. Okay, well, I thought it was a dark brown. It's kind of a purpley color. That's what I mean, is, Everybody sorts things differently, and I don't have my swatch sheet out because, that would be smart to have that out and know what you're doing. Okay, so we're going to take some gray. That's more of a purpley gray color. Very warm gray. And then we're going to go over it with a little bit darker gray. Get into those deeper areas. There we go. Then we're going to take our eraser and we're just going to lighten it a little bit around the edges. Like that. Try not to rip the paper. Alright, so there we have it. We have spring and fall giving a wonderful, wonderful hug. And once again it says, if I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. Alfred Lord Tennyson. So that one is complete. So we are going to grab our pen and we're going to put our date on it. And this is hug number 54. So October 12th. Yeah. Hug 54. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. And I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. Maybe. So you can see the whole hug. And there we have it. Alright guys, I hope you have enjoyed this hug for today. I of course thank you all very much for watching, and I thank you all very much for being a part of this wonderful, wonderful journey. Of course, tomorrow will be Work in Progress Wednesday, and we will be working on this little lady from Heather Valentin. We will be doing our finishing touches on her, and then we'll be doing the glow. So that will be tomorrow. And of course, over the weekend, starting on Friday, is of course the Harry Potter-a-thon. Yay! It is going to be so much fun. And of course, the with the Harry Potter-a-thon, there is a schedule on my listing for that. I will be on Saturday later than my normal time, of course. So on Saturday, I will actually be on at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the evening. So 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will be going until 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, of course, my family will be awake, will be very active because they are more active in the evening. And you may hear them throughout the stream. So I do apologize in advance if that is disturbing to anybody. Yeah, so other than that, make sure that you go to my listing for the Harry Potter-a-thon. There is a link to the schedule. Make sure that you go through the schedule, click on everybody's videos, everybody's channel. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Hopefully YouTube will be nice to us and will put out all of the reminders and notifications of everybody's streams. They are going to start on Friday and go all the way through to the end of Sunday. There is a ton of different YouTubers that are participating. This is put on by Emily Illustrates, and Lisa something. I can't remember Lisa's name. Who started the original Harry Potter-a-thon. Emily is continuing it this year because I do believe Lisa had a baby, and with anybody having a baby, I don't know how they're not busy 24/7. I know I was, um, but she of course is very, very busy. Okay, guys, so I hope to see each and every one of you in the oncoming streams of our Harry Potter-a-thon. I will, of course, be coloring. Well, actually, I might end up painting because I have been practicing to get Dobby's skin tone down, and I'm not doing very good at it. Dobby's looking a little gray. So I have been practicing, but because I don't normally do skin tone with my acrylics, so I will be doing that probably with a paint pen um, and a paintbrush to spread it around and get it to the right tones in the right depths of the picture. So I will be coloring a Dobby, and I will be doing that with an acrylic paint pen, um, probably with a paintbrush to move the pen around and get some blends going. We will see. All right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Of course, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoy the hugs, of course, I will be continuing that. We have 46 more hugs to go, and then we will have all 100 hugs colored. Um, I am going to finish this book. I am going to continue this until this book is finished. So I hope that you are enjoying them. If you're not enjoying them, I'm sorry. It's going to continue. This is 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell, a book to warm the hearts of those that in need of a hug. And we all need a hug, especially in this day and age. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Have a fantastic day. Until next time, bye bye for now.